Okay, welcome back everybody. Neverhood, which is what we're currently staring at. We are going to continue on and go explore the rest of the Neverhood. So what we're going to see here are two buttons. So I believe this is where we were. That's the radio station. So I think we want to go to somewhere new. Yep. Oh, and look! There's a drawing of the Neverhood and two discs. Had to adjust my volume there a little bit. Now there's something here in this room that seems like a puzzle, but it's really not. It's more of a timing thing. You step on this, and you're like, oh, the door's open. Let's go ahead and get out. And it slams you shut. So it seems like you might not be able to get out, but really what it is as soon as his foot goes on there, you just click. Clayman's not very fast unless he's getting chased by a weasel. So, yes. So here's something interesting. We can go this way.
Oh, it's you! Hi! Go away!
So there's just a little red-eyed guy in a triangle. Who would fit in that?
I gave it the Hall of Records.
I gave it the Hall of Records.
The guy goes and he keeps coming back. I don't get it. I wish he'd just go away. He'll probably do it again. Oh, it's you! Hi! Go away!
So apparently this person might know Clayman, but I know nothing else about him or what he wants, what he's doing, how he knows who Clayman is. Nothing there. So he's just kind of a, not really an Easter egg, but he's just somebody who's there. Who knows what he wants. Okay, we're going to keep moving. I believe, is it here? Yeah. So we're going to go do this. This is the worst puzzle in the game. So this is where, and there's a reason why it's the worst. So these symbols should look familiar. That sound should sound familiar. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the notes that we made earlier. There was another hologram thing that looked like this, right? So we need to match the symbols in the order that they appeared in that previous one here. So first was an elephant, next is a face. Not that face, that's a hat. That's an antenna. That's a cauliflower. That's not a face. So I'm going to concentrate. I might make this go faster. Kind of like with the Hall of Records earlier. Okay, so that is done. The reason why it's the worst is because you just have to have patience. You gotta wait for them. You can't just like select them or anything. Okay, so here is a disc. We need it. And you can see that there's also something up there. So maybe we should go back and get that. Or would you like to explore here a little bit? Let's keep exploring. I know how to get that. We can go back and get that. So there's this over here. But there's also this room. So let's... What do I want to show you first? Let's go here. It's so funny because throughout this whole game, you have to think and solve puzzles as Clayman. Flashy. Gross. But then when Clayman gets in cutscenes, he doesn't think about anything. He just acts. Like he didn't even think about, oh, now I can't get back up. Now, where did those sheep go? I think you can actually see them. Yeah, there they are. They're not really moving or anything, though. See that? See what was over there? So I think normally you should be able to go over to the throne room from here. That should look familiar, right? There is a bridge here, but it's all blocked off by this blue stuff. And listen to this if I try to move forward here. That's the laughter we hear in the intro of the game as the game starts up. What an existence. You come out to hit somebody in their fingers. Okay, so there's something written on the wall here. They might look familiar. Clearly we should write them down. Couple lines there, a swirly cube, and a forward dash. Alright. And there's nothing else to do in here, but we need those. Who wrote those there and why? That's never answered. Instruction manual. Let's see. We've been there and there. Let's go see what this is. The instruction manual to the cannon is written on the walls. Okay. Looks like a tunnel. Listen closely here. Sound familiar? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Please hold. Well, I guess I can do this first. So there's this. Let's open it up. Okay, now it's got these three symbols. And it's got a little teddy bear. Where have we seen a teddy bear before? On the mural with Hoborg and Big Robot Bill. He was holding up a teddy bear to Big Robot Bill in the Hall of Records. And look at that. There's Big Robot Bill, and he wants his teddy bear. So we're going to write down these symbols. We need these symbols later. So we got a walrus sort of thing. And we've got clearly a Hoborg with his crown. And then we got a Venus flytrap. I can't draw that. I'm awful at drawing that. I'll remember. I'll know what I'm referring to. Okay. And it's like you can do some of this. look, it goes up beyond that. And then, yeah, we don't have the solution for this yet. I'm just messing around with it. Okay. So clearly we don't have what we need there. That's okay. I wanted to come here first before we find the solution. Because it's easier this way. I'll show you why. Okay, now we go back and now see how the arrow changes here? You can look up. His head actually flattened a little bit. So, it's really weird, right? Willie Trombone is clearly trying to help you. You don't know why. But when you finally get a chance to meet him, that's the only interaction he gives you, is he drops a pot on your head. What a pal. What a guy. Okay, so let's go back here. We have to do some backtracking. Boom. Okay. This is the way to get back. Whoever devised this house hasn't really thought things through. And I never mentioned, but if you get stuck here, you can easily get back by looking. You can look up here somehow. Maybe you have to be tiny to look up there. But you can see what the liquid measures are up there. Okay, let's go. Walk faster, Clayman. Yep, this is where I'm going to start hitting that space bar to move more quickly through everything. Because we've already seen all this, we know where we need to go. I went the wrong way. I went too far. That's why using space is very helpful. I don't know what that's about. Okay, we need to go here to put the bridge back up. My dog just gave a heavy sigh. You okay, Kepler? Okay. Notice where we are. We are back here. This should all look familiar. Okay, now remember, this got connected. Look at that. So now we can go here into the ear. This weird tunnel thing. This color should look familiar. We were just there where Big Robot Bill was. There's the teleportation thing, the teleporter, and look where we are. We're back in this room. Okay. There's clearly an item right here. We don't know what it is yet. We have no idea what that is. I know what it is, but you don't. Unless you played this. Can we look outside? We sure can. I was going to say, why did the music stop? But there's this mountain here with the tunnel. That's where we walked through, and Willie is clearly hanging out in there. I don't know why. But earlier when the weasel blew up and its leg landed in front of him, he was clearly down here somewhere. So, for whatever reason, he's been hanging out over here. Who knows what he's been doing with his time? This whole time. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna skip around. Why isn't he hanging out in his home, in his red roofed house up there? Let's, just out of curiosity, let's go see what Willie's telling us to do. It's so funny, this is the way he communicates, right? Willie, I need a hint. Here's a potted plant. In your face. Clay guy, lure Bill away with his blue bear. Yeah, so it's telling us. I know that, but I don't think I've ever read that. I haven't read every single clue. Can you imagine? You'd have to come back after every single puzzle is finished. Okay, so let's head back. These are thankfully still unlocked. Okay, we gotta go back down stairs. I want to watch this though. Again, hijinks. Okay, let's go here. Let's change the radio back to the one that opens that door. Yes, we know. Is that it? No. There it is. What a horrible song. And then we gotta go through all this again. But it's okay, because we have all the solutions. This should be where it already needs to be. Thankfully, I don't have to torture myself. You know what's funny is my dad was over last night, and he asked me what I was up to. And I said, well, you know, this morning I recorded myself playing the Neverhood. He was like, oh yeah, that game's kind of funny. And I was like, I remember you didn't like it. He was like, yeah, but it's pretty funny though. And he was like, show me. So I showed him some of the clips from last night, or yesterday. And he's laughing at Clayman getting chased by the weasel. Wow, Clayman, you're moving fast. Okay, do I remember this just off the top of my head? I guess I never showed you what happens if you get it wrong. He's like, ooh, and then he spits it out. He goes, bleh. It's funny that he's still surprised. Okay. Go ahead and go up. Okay. I don't need to watch the player yet. Okay. We need to go. I could have optimized this a little bit better. Which one's down? Which one is this? This is here, that's the pin. I think this is where we need to go. Where does this go? I just need to remind myself. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Don't want there. We want there. Yes. I like this track. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let the animations play out here, since it's still newer. We've only gone through here once. So let's enjoy it together. This area is actually fairly small compared to the original area of the Neverhood. There's not much more here. There's that French fry room that we saw from the Hall of Records. Okay, let's see what's in here. A mouse with cheese. You can't do anything with them. You can click them all you want. That probably comes into play somewhere. Where did that vacuum go? Okay, a random puzzle. Okay, we got a mouse, and clearly he wants to go to some cheese. So we're going to send him through some of these. Now, if I just kind of click randomly, let's go back through the one he went. He should go back up there, right? No, he went there. Same thing if I send him there, right? So this can get pretty hairy pretty quick because he's just going all over the place. I'm back to this. Or no, I haven't been there. And there's only one here, so but doesn't send him back over there. Right? So there is a trick to this. You can, I mean, look how many of these there are. Each one goes to a different one. So, I mean, the permutations must be huge. So, but if I put him here, notice that he changes his direction. So, but here he didn't. So what if we just follow him where he wants to go, right? So he's facing this door. He's facing this door. Which door is he facing? This one. So eventually you just realize that if I just follow the mouse, he'll just take me right to the cheese. Easy peasy. I don't know how you're supposed to figure that out. 2 desks. Guys, we are loaded on desks. Look, is that cheese? What are they doing? This is a weird room. What is it for? Can I look out the window? There's no window. This track is pretty good too. I'm gonna bark the bar. Okay. Let's pull the lever, see what it does. If you flip your head upside down, that is Willie giving a thumbs up. But it's upside down. In pure Willie trombone fashion. The guy's a goober. The Hall of Records even says that Willie is a big fool. Okay, what are we doing with this? So let's just keep moving it. And then, can you keep moving it that way? Yeah, but it doesn't go anywhere. So eventually you realize there's nothing you can do with that except for send it through the tube. There is a hint later that gives you a reason to do that, so I just know what I'm doing, so I'll tell you about that hint later. Let's see where we are on these. We're probably only missing 1 or 2. So Clayman doesn't have a gastrointestinal tract. He has no GI tract. He just has shelving in his belly. Yeah, we're missing 3. Oh, let me show you something. Here's the very last. We're gonna watch. We have to watch all these at some point. Let's watch the last one.
Ooh, me hope Clog no find out about this. Happy birthday!
Okay, spoiler alert. That's where Clayman came from, and clearly that's the end of this is the beginning of the game. But notice that was okay. Remember, the end of that was Clayman's sort of origin story. Okay, that'll come into play later. Okay, so here, that first one should have looked familiar. It was a Hoborg head. Okay, so what we need to do here, there was a Venus flytrap. So we just need to count the number of the ones that are present. What the game wants you to do, which I have never done, is play matching game. to get them all, and then they all stay open so you can easily count them. But you don't need to. Okay, we've got a Hoborg there, so I'm just going to tally mark them as I count them. Or maybe I can just count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Oh my. 8. Now, that was probably dumb. What I can do is I can make tally marks like I said I was going to for the walrus and the Venus flytrap. So, Venus flytrap. The problem is I've got... That wasn't the walrus. There's that. Venus flytrap. There are many of these. There's a walrus. Now obviously it's got to be an even number. Another one. We have 2 of each. Is that it? That's it. So 8 Hoborgs, 2 walruses, and 2 Venus flytraps. Okay. So now, guys, we're almost done with this game. Isn't that exciting? I saw the trailer for this last night. I saw a trailer, and it said it could be up to 40 hours of exciting gameplay. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. The first time you play it, you can get lost for a very long time. Just trying to figure everything out. Okay, we already saw this. And we already saw this, so I'm going to skip it. We know that he's going to get... Clayman went in there once. Clearly he has a short memory because he falls into that hole again. Okay, we're going to go here. We needed to know how many of those symbols that we needed. Shoot. I forgot to do something when we backtracked, so we're going to have to backtrack just a little bit again. Not a ton, but enough as to be annoying. Been a while since I played. I have forgotten the optimal order of things. You can shut your mouth, Willie. There's the bear up there. Okay, what did I say? 8 Hoborgs? And just 2 of each of these. Ta-da! We did it! Who programmed this stuff in the Neverhood? Move over here, Bill. Okay. So I could have just combined the backtracking into one backtrack, now that I think about it, but that's okay. Okay, since we've seen this, I'm going to go ahead and skip. Get in there, Clayman. We're going to go back. What's up with all the rings here? Clayman's got some good grip, though, to hang on to that. That offbeat, though. Clayman, don't just stand there. Walk. It would make sense that this is Willie's favorite radio station. It's awful. Okay. Remember what we saw on the wall down there? Let's input those symbols here. A swirly cube. There. And that one. There we go. So now, we can't do that one. It won't let us. And notice we can't change these anymore. So, but we can do this, which we've done before. Staring out into space. Now let's do this. Oh, look at this. Oh, there's a hole there, and you can see Bill's face. So, if we do this before we do the teddy bear, Bill is not there. So, you shoot it, and it just completely misses him. But now if we shoot... we blow the poor guy's head off, which I don't know why you would think that's the right thing to do. That just seems cruel. Poor guy. He didn't even get his bear. I wonder what Willie's... I should have went and seen what Willie's hint is there, because why would he advocate for the blasting of his own buddy? His best friend, in fact. And here's a question. So we know now that Clayman maybe we should go watch. Well, no, we're going to watch it again. But we saw the spoiler. Why did I do that, guys? I was busy talking. Going through the motions. I didn't need to come in here at all. I'm just an idiot. Clayman knows now that his existence started shortly before the game started. When he was sleeping, that was the first thing he ever did in his whole life. So, did he know his own name? Probably not. He probably just learned it when Willie said Clayman up here. Okay, I think that's the last backtrack we have to do now. I think we can say goodbye to everything there. Back there. Oh yeah, we never looked up here, did we? Okay, there's a problem. He is not looking out that window. Or up at those. Maybe you can only do it from up there, I don't know. Dad watched me struggle through this part. He was like, yeah, I remember you having trouble with that when you were a kid. It's like, did you get anybody to help you? And I was like, no, Dad, watch. You're watching me right now on the video. Struggle with it. You're watching me get destroyed. Backtracks. I was trying to think of the spatial positioning of this area compared to outside. I don't think it makes sense. Oh, oops. Well, here you go. You get to see it. Oh, and he burps. And he's back to smiling, though. So everything's okay. What was it? Those need to go up to the line. That's what it was. I just gave him each one, didn't I? Silly me. Okay, yeah, we'll watch your animation again. You know, his head gets big and his arm gets bigger, and then he grows to the same... Everything else grows proportionally after that, suggesting that his head and his left arm are now permanently larger. But they don't appear to be. Okay, let's go check on our friend Bill. Let's see if he's doing okay after we shot him in the head. Cutscene. Careful. Two options, bad and good. In the Hall of Records, it says something about Hoborg saw that switch and figured it was one of the gods' way of dealing with morality and freedom of choice or something. Yarda. It's so interesting though, he's got clearly he has his own motivations. Oh, that's handy, jump out of hole. So Bill has his own motivations, he'll do what he wants. But you can sometimes just control him. Okay, that's a new monster. Where did that come from? Outer space? Oh. Will you moron? I don't know what that is. Is that a joke? Give it a nose. It's winking. I think it's called Catskill Mountain. I don't know why. You couldn't climb up and over, I guess. Get in there, Bill. Guess we're not using that one again. And that was deliberate, too. He had to step way too high to crush that. So clearly, this individual is our antagonist. Music here's great.
Clockwork beast! Clockwork beast! We're doomed!
Did he just rip off his third arm? I think he did. Deploy bear retrieval unit. Were those cigarette butts down there? I didn't see. I didn't know. Yep, get your hat, man. It's important. Jeez. Okay, there's a question. We could have asked this earlier. He dropped it. Does this universe have gravity everywhere? He's laughing at it, I guess. We're on that bridge now. There you go. So now it's falling. And where is it falling to? Don't know. This doesn't make sense. I mean, that's sure, a remote. But we had to find codes to aim it. Maybe his remote has codes. Why is Clayman bent on going to the throne room? Okay, so they fell too. Are they falling for eternity? When we jumped down the drain, looked like we were falling for eternity. So in the Hall of Records, it specifically says that one of the gods did not apply gravity to their world, so it broke apart. In fact, it was Autoborg, and that's how Willie went flying around, and Hoborg ran into him, and that was that one where it said Ed's chunk just spun in place forever. So, how are they falling? How are they falling? Do they go out into space and then they just eat it? Okay, what is all that junk there? Just kind of looking around here. Okay, before we go upstairs, let's go check some of this stuff out. Okay, so here's the hint. Okay, the mouse and cheese is there. And then I guess you can't really see it, but you can kind of see down here, that looks like where the projector worked earlier. And so it's kind of a hint that, hey, the mouse and cheese came here, so they're alive, they're okay. You can send the projector here so that you can use it. And then that's where it'll stay for forever. So now you can light this up and see 6, 15, 12. I can write that down. So there's 3 symbols here. That symbol on the left might look kind of familiar. We actually picked it up. And he's going to pull it out right now. Yeah, so there it is. And it goes into, we saw 6? Yeah. So we clearly need 2 more items. They're keys, right? They look like keys. Okay. Is there anywhere else we can go to here? I thought there was. Seriously, there sure is a lot of junk in here. Yeah. I went right, and I should have gone left. Okay. An item here. There's the key. There's a key there. Can we look out over here at all? What does this look out onto? Nothing. Right? You can't even gaze out upon your loyal subjects. Or disloyal subjects. You stare into the emptiness of the weird space that is in this universe. And that elevator music is actually quite intense. Have we gotten 3? We're missing 3, right? I feel like we've only gotten 2. Uh-oh, guys. We are missing 1. Where are we missing 1? Oh, there's a balloon. Well, we got a pin. Okay, that's not good. We shouldn't be missing 1. We got the one at the very end of the Hall of Records. Get in there, Layman. Oh, I was trying to say the elevator music is quite intense, actually. It's in the soundtrack. Dun 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 dun. Oh, actually, it comes into play later in the game. Oh, shoot, sorry. I'm not focusing. Okay, so we got that. Okay. We are missing a disc. And I cannot believe that we are missing a disc. Did I just not... I must not have just seen one on the ground. Because we've been everywhere. I think. Is there anywhere we've not been? Did I just not see it down here? And there's none at the... There it is. I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it. I thought there was one here. He must have landed on it, and I just thought it was his foot or something. So, whew, that could have been awful. The most awful thing ever. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Alright, now we're gonna watch this because we're gonna have all of them. Get ready for basically another cutscene.
Hello. Me Willie. Me Willie trombone. These discs tell a story. Story about good. Story about bad. These discs are all that are left of the true story. True story of the closing of the Third Age. Willie know that once you know this truth, then you know what to do. Listen, I tell you.
There's no more fuzz or static in between each disc.
It all starts with Hoborg, a being who had to create because he had to. He make a world full of beauty and wonder. This world, the Neverhood, a world where he could live forever and evermore. Hoborg thought this world would make him happy, but it make him sad. Walking around his big, beautiful new world make him feel all alone. But then, Hoborg get him an idea. He said,
I know. I'll make a friend to enjoy this world with me.
Hoborg happy to have a new friend. He named him Clog and welcome him to the Neverhood.
Everything you see here is yours to enjoy. You and I shall spend all our days here together. With you by my side, I'll make more.
Crown!
No! I mean, no, Clog. This crown is the only thing that you cannot have. I am ruler of this world, the Neverhood, and a ruler needs his crown. Surely you can understand that. Now go and explore your new home, while I go back to my throne room to plan some more people to make.
So, Holborg go to make more friends. And Clog start thinking bad things. Sitting in the throne room, Holborg start thinking about who he make next.
Huh? What? My crown!
Now, Hoborg, we shall see who rules this world. You cannot rule without a crown.
Clog! No!
I declare myself Clog, ruler of the Neverhood.
What have I done?
Yow! Sheesh! My, this baby packs a wallop. What's this? Frozen solid. It seems this crown does more than give you reign over the Neverhood. It's also your secret to life. What a pity.
Clog right about that. Without his crown, Holborg stuck in a big, helpless sleep. Ooh, that Clog scare me. Things look icky, but maybe hope. Maybe a life seed. Holborg boo-boo with Clog. Clog go all stinky bad, but Willie know what to do. Yes. Ooh, me hope Clog no find out about this. Scary.
So this was the end originally.
Happy birthday!
But now, since you have all the
If
discs,
you watching this, then you do good. Really happy. Now you need this. Go do more good. And look out for bad. Really know bad is always where you forget to look. Bye!
so bad is where you always forget to look. It's kind of like what it said in the Hall of Records. Is I forget exactly what, but he said it. He butchered it basically. So he gave us the third key. So we needed to find all the discs. So the sequence of events is weird. First of all, Willie is a coward. He had Big Robot Bill. Clearly he was there when all this happened. He had Big Robot Bill, who can clearly defeat a Clockwork Beast, which we just witnessed him do. So why didn't he just crush Clog with him, right? Take his crown. So Willie didn't think about that. And also one thing that's interesting is as you go through the game, if you were to watch the discs as you get them, it starts to appear... Yes, thank you, Clayman. It starts to appear as though Clayman is the one in the story. You don't... Because he looks like Clog before Clog got transformed by the power of the crown. My, this baby packs a wallop. So, So what did Willie do? He recorded all these discs to tell the story of Clayman's birth, and then scattered them throughout all of the Neverhood so that he would find him. And instead of telling Clayman what's going on when he first meets him, he just drops a pot on his head. And I get it. Nobody ever said that Willie was the brightest clay figure in the world or the universe, but he clearly was smart enough to get allies to try to get somebody to help him. Okay, we're gonna save here. Overwrite it because, well, we'll save again here in a moment. So I don't understand Willie, what he was thinking or what he was doing. He just thought he would make Clayman. Well, Hoborg made Clayman with a life seed based on his thoughts, right? And then Willie just made sure it happened. So this one should be at 15, and this one should be at 12. Yeah. That's the last puzzle of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's one more. The final one. Good thing we don't need those anymore. Okay, now I'll save. There's a reason for that. Okay, this is the final puzzle of the game. So we pull these. Okay, so that one lets it go down. Oh, and I forgot to mention ages ago, I didn't have to backtrack as much. See, that opens the game. The fifth ring, the original fifth ring in this, for the first Venus flytrap, turns the radio on. That's why I originally pulled it when in the very beginning when we were there. Otherwise I would have had to backtrack and go turn the radio on. Okay, we would have gone into the little yellow radio room and it would have been off. So obviously we have two rings here that do what we need it to do, but we only have one Venus flytrap to keep it, because you might remember from that first room we can do something like this. Right? But now we can't get across there, so what do? Well, we might remember that when we fell into him, he spat us out. So let's use that to our advantage. There we go. And this door should look familiar. We saw it in the tapes. It's actually kind of sad though, because Willie is presumed dead, and we get to see him after that.
I'm sorry. Did I frighten you? My name is Clog. Everything you see here is mine to do with as I so desire. And I desire for all of this to be yours to rule. All you have to do is wear the adornment of a king. Yes, the Neverhood crown. You know where this baby goes, so let us make our decision, shall we?
So we have two options here. Put it on Clayman's head, or put it on Hoborg's. Let's put it on Hoborg's.
What? What? I know what you're thinking, and you can forget it. Huh? What the?
Here's that music that was in the elevator.
I promise you will regret this!
So Clog's not taking any direct action on
You are toying
Clayman.
with forces for which you know nothing about!
So clearly Clog is kind of a coward too.
Clayman, no!
So Hoborg didn't know that Clog transforms, so he might think that Clayman is Clog. Clearly he doesn't.
Asleep so long. Who woke me? What is your name?
Clayman.
I spoke.
David. Yes, of course. Well, stand up, friend. You saved this world, and...
Die, you old fool! Son of a...
You know, I never really understood that guy. Come on, Clayman. We've got a Neverhood to finish. This nursery is where it all starts. So wait here, Clayman, and I'll make you some friends.
I never really understood that guy, but he really only knew him for 10 minutes? If the discs are in real time? But maybe not. He even said that he was asleep for so long, so it's possible that he was asleep for 1,000 years. In the Hall of Records, it makes it clear that all of these clay creatures, regardless of the level of clay, they live hundreds of years or thousands of years. And Clayman is probably the bravest one, thinking about Clog and Willy, because he had to face down a weasel, Clockwork Beast, all this other stuff. So he was probably the right one to go up against Clog, who was also a coward. Oh, and I guess what I was thinking for those thousands of years, if Hoburg was asleep for 1,000 years or something, Clog would have plenty of time to scatter the discs all over the place. Why wouldn't he just destroy them, though? Maybe he didn't know how to read them? I don't know.
Clayman, wake up.
Clayman, wake up!
Ooh.
Hey, everybody. This is Clayman. And without his smarts, compassion, and high moral fiber, we wouldn't be here today.
Half a cheer for Clayman.
Hip hip, hoo!
It is now time to goof off.
That guy's all red. So clearly he's thinking about Willy and Big Robot Bill. I have a problem with this.
Clayman, up here! Hey!
He's got a tie.
Man, things are good.
So, I have a problem with that. Because it suggests that Hoburg creates them with those little life seeds or whatever, right? Which aren't explained anywhere in the Hall of Records or anything. So, did he create new versions of Big Robot Bill and Willy? Because that's actually pretty sick. Because the other two are just, they're still falling. Just falling, falling, and falling for eternity until they... Well, you know, I guess that's not the worst thing because they lived for thousands of years and Willy was floating for a couple thousand years in the Hall of Records before he came upon Hoburg. So maybe he'll find another planet to live on or something. I don't know. Let me turn this down just a little bit. I mean, maybe he'll be okay, right? But Clayman gets to live with his weird clone. Or did he teleport them? Maybe Hoburg can teleport them. That's probably the more happy but maybe more naive perspective on it. Hoburg has never displayed any ability to teleport anybody. Oh look, a Skull Monkey. And you do see Willie Trombone in Skull Monkeys for a brief moment. They're eating a sandwich or something. And then Clayman gets pulled away to go to Planet Idznak for a little bit. Special thanks, oh boy. Yeah, okay. Our website. Back when the internet was starting to get big. Apparently this had the backing of Steven Spielberg too. He was in the preview, the trailer that I saw yesterday. It's pretty cool. So, I don't know. I've never felt quite comfortable with that final ending where Big Robot Bill and Willie Trombone are magically pulled back. Are the real ones out there floating through space for the rest of time until they land on a different chunk created by one of the other ones? And I wish there was something in here. I guess it's okay that there wasn't, but it would have been interesting if there was something in here that showed how that part of the Hall of Records ended up in the Florida Keys. But I guess, you know, this whole world is just kind of mysterious and remains mysterious even at the end. We just got to see a small chunk of what happened in this grand universe. So, it's worth the journey. What a fun little game. What a goofy game. Ooh, sax solo. Still going. Okay, now what we're gonna do, let's go see what happens if we try to put it on clock, shall we? Oh no, Clayman, you moron. You're pushing him the wrong way, dummy. Push him faster, loser. Clayman!
I'm sorry. Did I frighten you? My name is Clog. Everything you see here is mine to do with as
There's not much in there. You don't have much going for you, do you, buddy?
For all of this to be yours to rule.
Just this one room?
All you have to do
There are no subjects.
is wear the adornment of a king. Yes, the Neverhood crown. You know where this baby goes, so let us make our decision, shall we?
So the whole Hall of Records is filled with parallels to biblical stories such as Joseph and his coat of many colors, and there's the he begat him, and he begat him, and he begat him, genealogies. There was another story, I mentioned about, it's like Noah's Ark, but it's with a tree house instead. And this one is kind of like the temptation of Christ, and there's allusions here to hell, right? When he pulls the lever and all those things pop up, kind of looks like flames, and so he's clearly some manifestation of the devil at this point. He's tempting him to be as selfish.
No.
Oh, wait.
No hurry. I can wait here as long as you can.
I have never seen that before. I have never waited this long to see him do that. I'm so glad I was rambling and just talking for forever. Anyway, let's see what happens if Clayman accepts the temptation, or gives in to temptation.
Yes! Yes! He bought it! I win! I am the ruler of this world now. Yeah!
So did he kill Clog? I don't know. We don't know. But that's the bad ending there, or kind of the funny ending, I guess, in some sense. But yes, he bought it. So, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Neverhood. That's everything I know about the Neverhood. There is this about, which shows you the making of, which is really cool. This is worth watching. I think you can find it online if you want to watch the whole thing there. And it goes through their thought process and some of the stuff that they were going through, and it shows how they made some of the sets. But it's all actually. Hold on, let me let you see it. Look at this quality of video from 1996 on PC.
It all started in 1988 with an art show of mine called A Beautiful Day in the Neverhood. It was 17 paintings that depicted a little clay city with little clay people running around in it. Years later, myself and my team found ourselves at Steven Spielberg's house pitching this idea for a PC game, and DreamWorks Interactive loved it. We started brainstorming right there, and we started just drawing like crazy and coming up with monsters and contraptions and puzzles, and those were the most creative days of my life.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool story right there, right? So, but that whole video is probably a good 15, 20 minutes, something like that. So, when I first played this game, I was hungry for more, so I went and watched the whole thing. And so, I haven't watched it for. Oh, you can turn the music off. Why would you turn the music off? That would be dumb. And I ended up watching it and enjoying the whole thing. So, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I have playing it, and we'll see you next time.